Man, if I had a nickel for every time an Astros second baseman who's Hall of Fame caliber tried to stretch a milestone hit from a single to a double and got thrown out at second while doing so, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's almost statistically impossible that it would happen twice. Well, I'm here to talk about Game 125. The Astros lose to the Mariners 10-3. And, good night. There's so much to talk about with that game. You have Altuve and Framber. My will to live disappearing. We're going to start with the only bright spot of the night, which is Jose Altuve. 3-hit night for him. Career hits number 1999, 2000, and 2001. I would debate that you will be hard-pressed to find a player who is as good on and off the field as Jose Altuve is. And I know a lot of other fan bases hate his guts. Let them say whatever they want to say. Astros fans and people who truly love the game understand the incredible human being that is Jose Altuve. And to see him reach another career milestone, another domino to fall in his illustrious career that is going to end in a Hall of Fame plaque, so help me God. Another massive career milestone, 2,000 falls, 2,500 on deck. I don't believe I've ever told the story because I don't like to talk about it and brag about it, but on account that it is a massive night for him, I will tell you my very favorite Jose Altuve story because it was me experiencing him at his absolute best firsthand. Spring training game back in 2019, I waited along the rail alongside dozens of other Astros fans, hoping beyond hope that they could possibly get an autograph by the greatest second baseman to ever grace the sport of baseball. And I was one of the lucky ones that caught his attention to get an autograph, and the Sharpie that I handed him did not work. And instead of him just failing to sign the card because I screwed up with a bad Sharpie and moving on, he said the Sharpie didn't work, asked if I had another one, and gave me the time to pull out another one instead of just passing me by. It's a short story and not worthy of articles or headlines or fanfare, but I think it is the absolute perfect depiction of who Jose Altuve is as a person and who he is to Astros fans. To not be robotic with fans, to genuinely notice the details, and genuinely care about fans. He is, without doubt, my favorite athlete I have ever watched across any of the sports I call myself a fan of. And should he ever see this, Mr. Altuve, congratulations on 2000. And there's a couple of other good things that we can talk about before we get to the bad. Yainer Diaz had a pair of base hits, including a home run. Mauricio Dubon had 3 hits, including a home run. That's cool. All right, now the bad. Framber. Yeah, there's no beating around the bush here. 5 innings of work, 6 runs, 10 hits. And the most obvious beanball I have ever watched in my life. And Framber's developing a really bad habit of losing control of a game, getting knocked around, and then deciding to hit players. And, I mean, I'm kind of running out of things to say for it. No. No. Maybe don't do that. This is like the 3rd time this year that Framber has gotten flustered, and instead of trying to rein it in, he just starts throwing at players. And I have not seen any Astros fans defend it, and I don't think they should. This is unacceptable, in my opinion. This isn't him getting shown up, especially in this game. It's not him getting shown up. It's just you made bad pitches, and then you get mad at them for punishing you for a mistake. It's insane. It's even more insane that Maldonado hasn't talked him down off the ledge any time. Julio Rodriguez did more for Framber in this game than Martin Maldonado, who's his private catcher. He only catches, or Framber only has him catch him. That's the big thing, is the relationship that we get preached at constantly as to why Maldonado is still getting so much playing time, but then his pitchers clearly get in need of help, and he doesn't do anything. I don't understand. because it was blow-up starts, blow-up start. One of the most dominating no-hitters by an Astros pitcher ever. On the top pedestal along with Verlander, very comfortably. Blow-up start, not great game against the Marlins, but it wasn't terrible, and then blow-up start tonight. And then you get to the bullpen, which was fine until it wasn't. Stenick gave up a couple of hits, but got a strikeout and got out of it without any runs. Montero picked up a pair of strikeouts. Montero might be back. Please, I really hope so. Nearest got knocked around a bit, gave up some runs. Parker Mashinsky, I didn't say Peter. Parker Mashinsky gave up a pair of home runs in the 9th inning, and whatever. I'm not gonna get on his case about it, or Nearest for that fact. The game was over in the 6th inning. Let's not joke around. This felt like it was over long ago, and there is the unpleasant truth with the Astros right now, and it's been this way all season, that they are every single circle on the Venn diagram in the center. They are everything. They are the absolute best of highs and the worst of lows in a baseball team wrapped up into this season. Long stretches of great play, long stretches of absolutely terrible play. Inconsistent play one way or another, whether it be way over their head, consistently good, or consistently bad, but that's not sustainable. The most heartfelt team you'll ever see, and then completely phone it in for multiple games. They are overwhelming, powerful offense with elite pitching, and then vice versa, pitching that cannot get anyone to get out, and an offense that couldn't hit a beach ball with a sofa cushion. They are everything ever rolled up into one team. That is the 2023 Houston Astros. And the goal for the remainder of the season, I don't care what record you finish with, I don't care what seed you finish with, make the playoffs and start at 0-0. We saw in 2020 that all this team has to do to make noise in the month of October is just limp your way into the playoffs. And if you do that with a storming finish and somehow win the West, or somehow by a miracle from God wind up with the 1 seed in the American League, because it's still pretty, kind of weak, if we're being honest. The AL is not so, everyone's good, but no one's pulling away with it, if that makes any sense. There's a lot of good teams, but it's not like the NL where it's oh yeah, the Braves are the 1 seed, and it's June they had it wrapped up all but. Just limp in whatever you are, and we'll start from there. That is when the season starts. Once you inevitably get to the postseason, they're going to make it. I would stake a good bit of my reputation they're going to make it. That's going to come back to hurt me, I feel like. But we're going to roll with it. We're just going to leave that in there. Just make it to the postseason, and we will pick up the cards and figure out what happened once we get there and see what happens in the month. So the Astros will look to salvage a game tomorrow afternoon at 1:05 Eastern, 12:05 Central. The Astros are going to send Hunter Brown to the mound, and the Mariners are going to send Emerson Hancock to the mound. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for right now, that is all I have to say. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Astros.